Round 1 has started. We are up against HMMMPF, and we have a terrible opening hand. And our opponent appears to play an Affinity list here. So I can look at this opening hand, and it does have lands, but it has a lot of lands. But I think I have to send this back. I will mulligan. And I will keep. This is really interesting. These two opening hands were pretty similar. At least this one does have an aura. And our opponent plays a creature that so far will be able to go into combat with the Bogle and kill it unless we get this Ancestral Mask on him. Our opponent does have 2 Electricity in the sideboard. Not sure if he'll bring in the Armadillo Cloak. I would imagine that would be for a matchup against Burn. So I'll expect to go up against 2 Electricity post board. I don't want to lose my only creature. So if he's holding back the Germ, it makes me think that he's not going to cast a creature here and he wants a blocker. No, he still has a creature. I'm not sure why he held him back. Alright, so I can either play the Ledgewalker or I can play Ancestral Mask. If I play the Ancestral Mask, he's going to get +2/+2 only right now. Then next turn, if I play Abundant Growth, it will be +4/+4. And we'll still die to combat between these two. Or I can play the Ledgewalker. The Ledgewalker can still even be blocked by him. This guy's flying. So I will have to play the Ancestral Mask here. And hope that I draw an aura next turn, so this guy will be able to attack. Because right now we're just getting beat down by Affinity. Well, at least we can block the Germ. Alright, he holds the Germ back. And I can play either the Ledge Walker or the Glade Cover Scout. I will play the Glade Cover Scout, and she's just going to chump block the Mirror Enforcer. Hopefully my opponent does not get access to red mana, because that would mean Galvanic Blast is going to be an option. And it appears he runs 4 Galvanic Blast, but no Fling. And a Rancor even. And we go to 6 here. Ancestral Mask. Seems like a good draw to me. Alright, so we won game 1, on to game 2. Let's see, we can bring in Gleeful Sabotage. Which it's a one of. And kind of want to bring in Tangle, especially up against a deck that runs a Tog. So bring in a Tangle. His deck also runs Rancor and Galvanic Blast, which makes me think Standard Bearer might be good. Because if you have to Galvanic Blast the Standard Bearer, it effectively gains us 4 life. If he Rancors it, then that's fantastic. I'm very happy not to see Fling in his deck. The Electricity makes me think I don't want to run the Standard Bearer. And so I'm put in a Tangle, and I also have a Fog as an option. Now what do I want to take out? Take out a Hyena Umbra, a Ledge Walker, and under a minute left. Part of me wants to bring in these Young Wolves because they make good chump blockers. And his only removal is going to be the Galvanic Blast. It would allow me to chump in a Tog and a Mirror Enforcer. Bring in at least 1 Young Wolf here for a Monomorphos. And do I want to bring in another Young Wolf or the Fog? Maybe game 3 if it comes to that. This looks like a lot like a hand that I got in the opener there on Mulligan. And it's definitely weak to Electricity, but I'll keep and hopefully I'll draw a decent aura that will pump the Ledgewalker's toughness. And except I draw another land. Alright, so now our opponent has all the colors that he could need this game. I will cast the Monomorphose just to cycle it. Alright, so this, even though we're getting a bit of a land flood here, we do have options. I think I would rather play the Rancor and the Scout next turn, as there are no other auras on the battlefield. But he does have a blocker here. If I can cast all of these auras, I mean, everything in my hand except for the Ancestral Mask. The Abundant Growth and the Glade Cover Scout can come and play here. Let's see if he wants to block. If I do play the Glade Cover Scout, I'm leaving myself very vulnerable to Electricity. Alright, so he does block, which I wanted him to. That way I'm not overly exposing myself to Electricity. Alright, so we're going down to at least 5. I mean, we're taking at least 5 damage on this next turn. So he can put us at 7 here. Alright, so if I play Abundant Growth Ancestral Mask, I can have a blocker for the Mirror Enforcer and take 5 going down to 2. He has no cards in hand, so we'd have to draw something there. So I think that's what I will do, and then hope to draw an Armadillo Cloak. Hope he does not draw another Galvanic Blast. And I draw another mask. He draws a card that he can cycle. Armadillo Cloak just in the nick of time. So I cannot kill him with the other Ancestral Mask. Thinking maybe this deck wants to run 4 Ancestral Masks. It is a great enchantment, even though it is another 3-drop. Alright, got there, got a very lucky draw. If we did not draw that Armadillo Cloak, we would be going to game 3. But actually I got lucky this time, so I will see you in round 2. We are 1-0.